Hello, unfortunate sons. Welcome back to another podcast of, unfortunately, another podcast.
I had a dream that someone copied our name, but it was different.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because when I first made our name, I looked in like everything to try to see if like someone had it, and everybody had like different versions of it that were way worse. So we're lit.
We're lit. Anyway,
It was like
welcome.
another this podcast, and it's like specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not specific. We just talk about random shit. Hello everybody. Hello, unfortunate sons and daughters. And what do you call someone that doesn't identify as a man or when they're like your son or your daughter?
Child.
Yeah, or unfortunate children. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Wow. Inclusivity. There we go. I'm Battalion. That's my artist name. Otherwise, Gary Alex Battaglia. That's my real name. Hello. I make music and do this podcast, but I've dropped one album called Metacognition, 9 songs, sad boy metal music, fun to listen to on rainy days. Feel free to check it out. Battalion, Battalian, motherfucker.
Don't forget that G.
Don't forget the G. Silent. Real G's moving silence.
Like Battalion.
I also have a single out called Good Crazy. It is a little bit less metal, still has guitar in it. Little vibey, little spicy, as people told me. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
Spicy. I'll take it. So check that out. Got more music coming soon. I told you on the last podcast that I was going to be remastering some of my old songs and releasing like an old retro G Capo tape from my old days from like 2016 to like 2019 of music that I made that is just a different vibe, like completely than what I'm making now. And I actually did that.
Are you gonna release Like Me?
Yep.
On that?
Yep.
Let's
Like
go.
Me's going to be on it. Bird is going to be on it.
Let's go.
First Impressions is going to be on it. Yeah, I remixed it. It's funny to go back on the old songs because I've been doing mixing and mastering for like 10 years now. And that was 5 years ago. So that was like halfway through my process of like doing that. And man, I was so much worse. But also it's so funny to like, I tried to go tweak some things. And I was like, damn, this is the only way I could have done it. So like I actually did it right. Kind of cool. Kind of cool to see that. So feel free to check me out on all platforms. I think I'm literally on every platform, music-wise.
Are you on Tidal? I
don't
even
know
know if that exists anymore.
I think it does.
Anyways,
all
check 'em
platforms
out.
that DistroKid distributes to, and I think that's all of them. So check me out. Use my sound in your TikToks or whatever the fuck kids are doing nowadays. Who knows? Yeah, and then this is my friend, Will.
What's up? I'm Will Franken. That's funny. It's episode 4. We haven't like done a formal introduction.
Formal introduction, classic.
But I'm Will Franken. People call me Frosty. You might hear him call me Frosty throughout the thing.
I do only pretty much call him Frosty.
Frosty Franken. Let's see. Where do I begin?
I don't think you guys want me to do this.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to say. I'm doing comedy. I wouldn't call myself a comedian. But I've done stand-up a few times.
People just laugh at him.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
They laugh at me, not with me.
Still laughing.
I just created a little like satire / blog little thing. That people can go check out. thefreezer.blog. I like music. I listened to music my whole career. Just started playing guitar a few years ago. Before that, played no instruments. A few piano lessons.
Once I showed him Metallica, it was game over.
Well, it was game over. But really, it was Motley Crue that got me into it. Motley Crue got me into rock.
The Dirt, actually.
The Dirt,
it
the
was
movie.
just The Dirt.
I've seen that movie probably like 7 times. Yeah, now I'm trying comedy. I dropped out of college. Fuck that shit.
Facts. I should have done that too.
You know, I mean, it's like they tell you this is what you're supposed to do, but you can do whatever you want in life.
Literally. Yep.
What else? Am I missing anything?
Not much, other than we do this podcast now.
Yeah, we do this podcast. Yeah, I know that we usually do this sort of thing at the end, but I've been to 3 in a row open mic at Comedy on State and haven't got picked, so that's coming soon.
Yeah, after it's like 3. Isn't there like a saying like everything good comes in 3s? So after 3.
So something bad's about to happen.
Oh shit. Yeah. So yeah, check us out. I mean, do you still have your comedy TikTok up at all or no?
Yeah, it's up.
Yeah,
I haven't been posting on it, but
yeah, he has a comedy TikTok too that has some good bits in there.
There's some good bits in there.
Yeah. Check it out.
Check it out.
If you're down,
Frost
you're already checking this out, so you might as well go check out our other shit.
If you don't, that's just weird.
If you don't, honestly. You're just fucking weird. We are gonna go over what is on our radar. Do the thing, Sam.
UAV online.
Artists that we are interested in, that we are looking forward to. Last time I said Travis Scott. We're still waiting on that album, Utopia. It's gonna be dropping soon. But the person that I'm excited about, actually, that I don't know if I've talked about him on the podcast before, is Benny the Butcher. He's a lyrical boom bap rap guy, and he's been tweeting a lot lately that his new one is not going to be boom bap, and that he's going to be doing a lot more like modern stuff. I don't know if like what he means by that, but we'll see. I'm excited for it. He's got fire bars, fire beats usually, and it seems like he's going to be branching out a little bit. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that should be fun. My on the radar is
UAV online.
I don't really have anything. I'm gonna just pick two because I'm not really that excited. But Maxo Cream, he's just a really fire rapper, and I don't know. I don't even know if he's got something coming out soon.
He
but
probably does.
If he does, I'm excited
Rap
for
nowadays, everybody has something coming out at all times.
Yeah. And also PGF Nook is he. I was into him for a while. He's people might know him. He had a song with Polo G.
He's New York, right? Or is he Chicago?
He's Chicago, and he was pretty good. I liked how he was like. It seemed like he was trying to make it like party music, but still like gangster.
Still gangster rap, but like you could turn up to it.
Yeah, but then
that's a good combo. I mean, that's like the 50 Cent, everything.
But then he just like took a turn. But I'm still like.
What do you mean? What was the turn?
Like everything got. I don't know. Like it seemed like I don't know.
Trying to stick with a certain.
Just he released a lot of bad songs, is what I mean.
Okay, so he's just making trash music.
Yeah, but I still feel like there's hope, so I'm gonna say him too.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I've listened to his music, it's been like, okay, I'm vibing with this.
Yeah,
I never really go back though.
No,
that's the thing.
I liked the one where it went, yeah. It's Nook.
Was that the famous one?
No, the
what up?
Yeah, hey bitch, what up,
dude? Oh my god, I had a 7-year-old kid at my work who would listen to that. And he would be saying it all the time. I'd be like, bro, you are too young to be listening to this shit. But also that 13-year-old I worked with, he showed me a few of what is his name?
PGF Nook.
PGF Nook. He showed me a few of his songs too. Mm-hmm. He likes he likes those New York drill guys though. Like way more than anything. Yeah. And it's like I don't fuck with that shit, but it's all right.
It's all right. That's the radar.
That's the radar. I mean, I still am excited for Travis Scott's shit. I mean, obviously. Liam, make fun of me, whatever. Liam said last time, wow, Travis Scott, like, it's like, bro, just because someone's famous doesn't mean I can't be excited for their music.
Yeah.
Roasted your bitch ass, Liam.
Roasted his ass. Go ahead.
Yeah, song of the week. What's your song of the week?
Song of the week, easy. I Don't Know Them by Chief Keef. Fire. I was listening to that on the way here.
When did that release?
That's off Back from the Dead 1.
Okay. That's the one with the skulls and like the grenade. And...
Or maybe Back from the Dead 2. It's early. It's earlier, like 12 or 13.
I heard a hot take that someone said the one with the toy soldiers on it of recently.
Yeah.
They're like, that's like the best tape he's dropped in like 10 years.
I mean, he has had a lot of bad tapes.
But you like one of those ones with Zaytoven, didn't you?
Yes. The one with Zaytoven. It was a full Zaytoven and Chief Keef collab album, and it was actually pretty good.
I just feel like that should be the like norm in rap. Is like a producer rap collab album. I feel like that's where it's like you're getting a vibe with the album. And that's what rap misses a lot.
Yep.
That's why I love Metro. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Metro Boomin. I think he's an amazing producer. But one of the reasons why I love him is a lot of the times when he works with people, he does the whole album, or he's like very prominent in the album. And it's like, okay, then I just know that it's gonna be that shit. You know, like in rock, like it all sounds the same pretty much. Yeah. I kind of like that for a lot of albums.
I agree.
When everything's all over the place, like unless you're Drake.
That's like Man on the Moon too for me. Like every song sounds like, I don't want to say sounds the same because
no, but it gets you that in that nostalgic vibe that you're like in that mode.
And it's like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, But anyway, your song of the week, go.
My song of the week, Caleb Nelson. Here's something I didn't
and he's a drummer for a band now, bro.
This is something that I did recently. Yeah, he is. He's going crazy in Chicago.
That's fire.
I think he's in Chicago. Caleb, tell me if I'm wrong. He just said he wanted a link too, so we should drink with him. We should drink with him and talk music. So I actually did something without telling you. I talked to sorry. I talked to a few of my friends that I knew are like music heads that are just listening to music at all time. I said semi artists right now.
Mhm.
Like I'm the and like I had a couple of my friends like literally sent me like over 20 songs. Caleb sent me his playlist that he made that have like I think over like 400 songs in both of them.
Mhm.
I just put that bitch on shuffle. First song, Morgan Wallen. Wasn't I was like, oh, this is starting off real bad.
I got something to say about him when we talk about the Lil Durk album.
Okay, facts. Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot he's in that. So Caleb, I was like, oof, rough start. But the next song I clicked was "So Real" by Jeff Buckley, which came out in 1994, and it's a grungy, like kind of emo almost. Like it's like slow but very chromatic and very like it wouldn't like hit the charts. I could tell because it's too kind of weird, but it is almost like a pop song. It's so fire. I was like super pleasantly like surprised with it. And there was a few other songs too that I already talked to you about, Caleb, that I love that were on that playlist. Good suggestions. Keep them rolling. It was 2 playlists he sent. I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw them up on this bitch. Sam, we'll put them up right here. So shout out those playlists. Those were pretty fire. I was having a good time jamming. There was this other like techno song that I was really into, and he kept telling me, dude, like sample these people.
That's
Which
awesome.
I love when I'm going through a playlist and there's shit that I can hear instantly. I'm like, I'm gonna sample that. There was like this Japanese song
That's fire.
that was like this crazy weird like keyboard synth, and I was like, no, I'm definitely gonna sample this shit. Like, it. Also, people that are watching, if you have any songs that you want someone to sample, please send me. I'm so down to sample music at all times. I love doing that. I make beats on the side of making my own music, and I just love sampling shit. It's kind of the heart of production, honestly, nowadays with rap. Sampling is just never gonna go away.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever will. But yeah, that's my song of the week. Jeff Buckley. He snapped on that one song.
What was the name of it?
So Real, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think
Real,
you're right.
Jeff Buckley. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I also, Joe, I enjoyed the songs that you sent me too. A lot of indie stuff, a lot of indie pop stuff. The reason why I love asking like people that I know love music that I know that they don't like the same type of music that I like is because I'm like open to this whole new world, which I can understand because that would be like me sending someone Metallica or like, you know, something that like, obviously Metallica's famous, but like, okay, let's say I send them Slayer or like Annihilator, and I know that they might vibe with it because it's like something like very low key, but it's also not like this crazy new sound. It's just cool when I ask people that I know listen to music every day, all day, and they give me these suggestions. I'm like, I would never choose this on my lonesome, but now that I'm sitting down, listening to it, it's amazing. Which is the difference of when albums used to come out and now streaming services. I feel like because we have everything we ever need, we never branch out. You know, like there's no need to branch out when you have infinite of what you already know you like.
Yep.
Do you feel like you get into that loop?
I don't know. I like to.
You like to listen to the shit that you listen to.
Yeah. I definitely do.
Which I do too. But it was just fun to do that one time. I suggest you guys do that too. Ask people that you know that love music for just suggestions, and then go through that shit.
But if you don't listen to more music, like then like I like to go like especially when we were into metal, I loved listening to all those trash metal bands because then I'd go back to Metallica and I'd be like, oh yes,
jizz. You would literally jizz.
Yeah, and that shit is just, but yeah.
And because then you find the hidden gems. It's
yeah,
like
but
thrift shopping.
But at a certain point, it's not worth it to try to find the
Facts.
It's like,
there was that one band that literally sounded like Metallica, and every single song was so garbage, but the riffs were so fire. It's just classic. I don't remember at all what they were named.
Toxic? That band?
No, that band was lit though. That band was more like Def Leppard on crack. They weren't even like.
Let's get into this Lil Durk album.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's get on to the. Should I just go over the tweet then?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go over the tweet and then give our thoughts. So recently we tweeted out thoughts on the Durk album. The new Durk album was just dropped. I think like
Almost Healed. Yeah, it was on
ago.
May 26th, I believe.
Yeah. So Almost Healed. It's got a bunch of features: J. Cole, Juice WRLD, Morgan Wallen.
I mean, not Kendrick. Kodak.
Yep.
21.
And does it have Future?
Future.
Yep. So we tweeted out Lil Durk album ? And we put fire. The more eyes there are, the kind of more trash it is. But there's only 3 eyes.
There's only 3 eyes.
Or 4 eyes. 4. So 4 eyes. And then trash! ! Like all caps. So that's like trash. We got 40% saying fire, 31% saying aight,
Got to get it right.
Yeah, 29% saying trash. 42 votes, decent amount of votes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I feel like you can't really. I don't know. But I'm biased. But I feel like you can't say trash.
Yeah.
Like if you say trash, then you just don't really like rap music, or like you've never liked Lil Durk.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you've liked Lil Durk before, it's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. If you're already accustomed to his type of music and what he is good at, you're gonna like that.
I liked it.
Or at least think it's aight.
And if there's anybody out there that if I'm ever talking to you, if you guys ever see me in public and we're talking about the album and you're like, yeah, I like the song. Well, some of my favorite songs are, and one of them is the one with Morgan Wallen. I'm not talking to you anymore. That song is fucking garbage.
Yep.
And Morgan Wallen sucks. And he got album sales for saying the N-word.
It's just rough. It's just a rough look.
I mean, but I guess if Lil Durk is making a song, then it's like whatever. But I mean, I just don't like country music either. I mean, that shit is garbage. I don't want to hear. That's like if I take like two of my favorite foods, and not even two of my favorite foods because I hate one of them. It's like if I take one of my favorite foods and
then
poop and poop,
yes,
and I fucking smack them together. Of course, it's not gonna be good.
What do you think would be the? I mean, you probably could make a combination where it's not bad. Pizza. I mean, pizza with poop probably is the.
Oh, with poop, we're talking about with poop. Probably hot sauce. Just put some hot sauce on it. No, but I like the album except for that Morgan Wallen song. That shit is fucking garbage, and the first one was garbage.
What's
and
your favorite
it's all
song
garbage.
on it? Is it Pellicoat, whatever it is?
I'd say either Pellicoat or You Got Me, I think, is what it's called. Because it just has it's like a 2-minute song, but it's got a fire-ass beat.
I think what we talked about earlier off the podcast is we talked about how his last few albums have seemed like he's trying to just get hype, like beats that are popular right now.
Just
and
basic
kind of, not even popular, like just kind of hard beats. It doesn't seem like he's putting thought into the beats, which makes a lot of the album because his rap is a lot of the beats. This album seemed like the beats were very like he was interpreting it like I want this beat, and he's rapping on it in a certain way. And there was one beat. It's actually funny. Like people were saying, "Oh, it's using the yeet bells," bro. I
been using
hate
bells.
when people say that. Young Chop was using bells in 2012, bro.
Bro, that whoever produced that Hail Mary song by Tupac was using bells.
Yes, yeah. It's like, please stop calling it a yeet bell.
That's like saying, bro, they immediately just
because he spammed a bell in his music.
They immediately showed that they don't know anything about rap, basically. Yeah. But also, I like this album, and low key the beat selection, the way how they're like sort of, I don't want to say mainstream, but it sort of reminded me of Survivor's Remorse, like how some of the beats are like a little crazy sounding, but these beats are better.
These beats are better. I agree with that. I would agree with that.
But Almost Healed, pretty good. The J. Cole one's fire. I was telling you, I think I might like 7220 better, but just mainly because
I don't think I do.
Aha and Started From, that song was a really fucking good song.
Fuck. Yeah, super fire.
But the beats on this one, are way better than 7220.
I think just when I gave it a first listen, I was like more excited than I was when I did 7220. Like when I listened to 7220, I was like, all right, this one's a little rough. I'm gonna go to the next one. Oh, this one's okay. I'm gonna go to the next one. You know, like I was like going through with this one. I was like, oh, this one's fire as fuck. I hit save on that 300 euros one right away, which I know that's not the best song on the album, but it to me,
he raps with attitude.
He raps with attitude. Like, the beat is so gritty. Like it really took me back to when he was like really rapping, like hard shit. I just love aggressive music. I really do. I don't know what it is about it.
I do too.
Whatever song is the most aggressive on an album, I usually feel is the most real, or I gravitate to it.
Yeah.
That's like the Pellicoat. I did not like that song at all.
Oh,
which is weird because it's like I know that it sounds okay, but I don't like that when he did that. I was like, bruh, like okay, like trying to be, bruh. It's like you're trying to be like Drake or something.
He
I
also
don't know.
talks about King Von in it too, which is why
really?
I
didn't
liked
know
it
that.
too.
Yeah. Did you see his new interview with Academics?
Yeah, I watched a few the clips.
Yeah. Why is Academics a thing, dude?
I don't know, but like they seem to, even though he's like a weirdo nerdo, they seem to like respect him though for like at least like saying it to their face and shit.
Well, also
because G Herbo was with
he has a big platform too.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, good album I think.
Yeah. Overall decent. I mean, what would you rate it?
Mm, I'll give it a 7.0. I'm doing a lame answer. 7.0.
Wow.
But that's
7.0.
right now. It just came out. It might gain or lose some as I keep listening to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I told you earlier, like, a lot of times in rap, or I don't know if I did tell you about this, but I was thinking about it. A lot of time in rap, it's funny how like you will like. I just feel like you will like a few songs, but not the whole album. And I feel like with other genres, I'm always like searching for albums, but with rap, I'm okay with just liking a song or two, and then not like fully investing in the album because I just know like what the rest is gonna be.
Yeah, that's
That
how I
sounds
used to listen
stupid,
to. Yeah.
I guess
I
that might be
agree.
just also how I used to listen to music compared to what I do now, but
I think
I
if
still
you're,
do it with rap.
I think if you're only looking for albums, all you're gonna find is disappointment. Like,
Or you're never gonna just like you're gonna only like the super
And-
like intricate shit.
and then it's like, bro, just enjoy it for what it is, you know.
I feel like if you like only albums, you only like prog rock
Damn near.
or like stuff that is like the most theory correct.
Yeah, and that shit's lame. But let's talk about that hot take that you thought I agreed with you, and then I disagreed with you.
Which one?
About superheroes and villains.
Oh,
It's a tweet.
yeah. So
Oh,
Did
well,
I
it wasn't a
respond
tweet
to it?
on. It wasn't a tweet on our.
no, I was just in battalion.
That was on our
Yeah.
personal ones. But I think this is a good thing to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Let's go.
But I'm
Talk
thinking
about
it. I said it's a good thing to talk about, and then I'm silent.
Anyways.
But so it was this tweet. Someone said like, "Oh, this far into, and I'm still skipping Chris Brown's part," and I responded, I was like, tweaking, because that part's I like it a lot.
Yeah.
That little piano fire, and then he responded, "Facts, big tweaking. It's the best part of the song." Then Siraj responded, "Now
Dad
you're
Raj beats, Dad
Dat
Raj
Raj beats." Now he responded, "Now you're tweaking," and then he texted me and said, "Bro, what was something?" And I was like, I don't think it's the best part of the song. That's crazy to
It's
say it's
funny
the
that
best part of the
It's
song.
funny that he texted you because I'm the one who responded.
No, you texted me.
Oh, I texted you. Yeah, I did.
But that's crazy. I mean, I see what you're saying, but it's like, bro, to me, it's like the cherry on top, and it's not like the cherry on top is the best part of the sundae.
Sometimes it can be though.
No, it's not. It never. You would never eat a sundae and be like, that cherry was the best part.
If you ate a sundae and there was no cherry, you'd be like, "What the fuck is
I
this?
would not.
This is not a sundae."
I wouldn't. But it is an amazing part of the song.
I think here's the way I'll put it.
Okay.
I agree with you that standalone, I would listen to the song still. I would like it. Standalone with just the Chris Brown part, it might be a little different, but I think that's the reason why it's like the best part though. It's like, the one solo in Metallica's song One. If it was just a it would still be a decent song. It would be good. I would like it. But the whole beginning leading up to it, it's like a progression. One thing I love about that song is it actually has progression. A lot of rap doesn't. So when I say I love it and like it's the best part of the song, it's like when I heard the Chris Brown part switch up, that's when I went, I fucking love this song. And if it didn't have that, I wouldn't have been like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I would have been like, this
was
is another
different.
Future booming.
See, I was the complete opposite. Right when I heard the first song, because also the way the intro song connected into that song, immediately I was like, this song is amazing.
Yeah.
Because that beat is just so fucking fire, bro.
It's so weird. Like, I do like it. Do not get me wrong. But when I first
Also,
heard it, I was like,
have we said what song we're talking about? It's
Superheroes and Villains?
Superheroes and Villains on Metro Boomin's album, the second one. I don't know.
Sam, put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, off of Metro Boomin's.
I think that's just crazy to say that 40 seconds of a song is the best part of a song. Out of a 3-minute song.
Crazy.
I just think that's crazy. We can disagree.
I feel like it's a part of the song. It's a part.
It is.
Yeah. So if you say what's the
And it's
best
fire.
part,
No.
it's usually like a.
I
brief
like
moment.
the part, but
Yeah.
I just think that's crazy to say that it's.
I just feel like it. The reason why you think it's crazy is because it's a rap song, and let's say a beat came on during it, and then another rapper came on, then you would be like, "Oh, that could be the best part."
No, but then I'd be like, they're doing too much.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I like it for what it is, but I think it's crazy to say it's the best.
One thing I love when amazing producers like Kanye, Mike Dean, I forgot talking about him on the one podcast that Raj told me, and I felt bad because he literally is such a huge part of the game. But Mike Dean, a lot of the very trying to make rap musical, which is what I love. Like I think that makes it so I can go, oh, this is a goated song. You know, I know it's the cherry on top, but like, I just feel like that's what makes it musical too. It's like a whole like just conceptual, and it just makes me feel like I'm not listening to rap for a second, which is fun during a rap song. I don't know, because it's not often that people do that shit.
Yeah.
You're not listening to Lil Durk do that. You're not listening to like pretty much anybody else do that except Metro Boomin just going, okay, we're gonna have this crazy little like section. Yeah, but yeah,
But
that's the best part in my opinion.
It's not, but that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Music right now, I'm really just enjoying delving into different shit. Ever since we started the podcast, I felt like I've been really going hard on like trying to branch out, but also know what I like, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been really fun because I just feel like it's never ending. You know, obviously I'm 25, he's 23. We've been listening to music for a while, just like a lot of people have, and everybody listens to music. But it's just so fun to know that it's infinite, and like at all times I could just keep investing into new random shit. Like, who knows what I'll like in 10 years? Maybe I'll like funk only.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, I can't even believe I liked metal. I only like funk now. Who knows?
That
you know?
probably won't happen.
Probably won't happen. But
yeah.
I think metal's staying in my blood forever. But yeah. So
What else we got?
what else we got? I mean, we got nothing on the agenda. Do you have anything you want to just chat about? Anything that's on the mind? On the mend?
Well, let's go back to the Lil Durk album, because Siraj had another tweet that was, he said he had a good point where like the single All My Life didn't, and I totally feel, and that's actually what I felt about the Kendrick.
I knew you were gonna go on that.
This is way different though. But, and I totally get what Siraj was saying, and I agree with him. But also, like, I think, and this is like a dumb point, but it was called Almost Healed. Hey, he's not fully healed yet.
He's showing us that he's a little healed, but then the rest of the album's talking gang shit.
But it was gang shit, but then there was like shit. I think in Pellico, this is why I like it too. He says like something like, I'm supporting these guys even though I know they're going to hell.
And they're doing rough shit.
And he literally says that they're going to hell for the people they killed.
Yeah.
Like, so it's more of like a remorse. There's more remorse in some of the lyrics. Well, but there is still some just like,
hey, almost.
Yeah, but like so he knows, like, you get what I'm saying, like but so
yeah, I mean the single was not the same as the rest of the album. But I feel like there was a purpose of doing that.
But there was the tone, like, even though like it wasn't the exact same like super aggressive like
drill
gang shit. Yeah, it was like
he's not dissing crazy amount of people talking about who killed who and
and so like I think he was, but like I mean, because also as an artist you can't just shift on a dime and then leave all your fans in the dust.
Oh, for sure.
Because I mean that aggressive shit is part of the reason why he's so famous.
For sure. And that's what we were talking about the last podcast, is like people are wanting to hear a certain thing from a certain person. If Durk fully switched up and did a whole album talking about shit that he was on that like J. Cole album, I bet it would be not as like loved by his day one fans.
It's like how Drake dropped Honestly Nevermind and everyone's like, what the fuck is this?
Except for people that I feel like actually can appreciate a change in what they're doing.
Well, yeah. Well, because they like the people that got mad, I feel like, are people that don't like listen to music religiously like we do, because they like probably don't notice that like, oh, Drake is like only making pop hits now, like really poppy mainstream hits, like for the last couple albums.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's why I loved Honestly Nevermind, because I sort of thought Drake's career was like sort of like on the downfall, because
I never doubt that, man.
When CLB dropped, I was like, oh, so
that was a rough.
Like I thought
that one made more. Yeah, I think that one has more like views than the other ones.
But that's what I'm saying. I thought he was just mailing it in, like, oh, here's pop hits.
Just do pop
so then when Honestly Nevermind, it's like, oh, he still wants to be an artist that is creating new sounds and stuff.
What were your thoughts on that little mixtape? The what's it called? Demo tape.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
Well, I mean, he called it a demo tape, so I didn't take it seriously. I never listened to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was more like less like there was one pop song, one poppy type song, but the rest of it was a lot more like just rap.
I just like I'm really weird. Like
Maybe you'll go back to it.
maybe I'll go back to it.
Who
But
knows?
like when
It's Drake.
If-
That's
if
the thing
you-
you can
but
never.
if
You
you're
know
s-
you can go back to it.
but if you're saying like, oh, here's the thing, like it's I had this weird, and this probably isn't real, but I had this weird thing like, oh, if he doesn't care that much about it, then I'm not gonna listen to it. Like, because it
It's just a
seemed like he just
throwaway.
dropped
It's a
it.
throwaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like a couple songs on it.
It's funny with most artists, a throwaway would probably be like some fire ass.
Oh, like that's like that Mac Miller line where he says, "My throwaways will trash ya. I'm cornier than Nebraska," something like that. You know?
yeah.
And
So his throwaways are still way
Yeah.
better than all the music you can. Which Drake for real, his throwaways, bro. It's just crazy how
Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue has like I think it's 100 million streams now, and that's like more than any other song in 2023.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like what the fuck? This guy just makes a single. It sounds like an AI made it. It's a
Yeah.
good song. I don't hate it.
Speaking of AI, that Kendrick, from the Beyonce song,
Mhm.
he says, I wish I knew exactly what he said, but
He says AI can't even clone me.
But you know what the cool thing is in that thing? He's doing a double entendre,
Of course.
and
Always.
like, and then he says like double entendres, blah blah, because AI can copy whatever, but just a computer. It's not thinking. It can't
Yeah.
think about
No.
a double entendre. Like,
Could a computer do a double? I bet it could.
I mean, it can't. I guess that's what he's saying.
Yeah. AI is crazy though. It really is.
I
mean,
liked
I
him
think
when he
it's-
played on the Nuggets.
It's funny how with Kendrick too, like kind of off subject of AI, but like just on him being great. It's like within that song, I saw people dissecting a part where he was doing a flow that was the same flow he did in Problems by
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
people are trying to say, oh, it's like the same problems. Like he's continuing like problems in America. And then now it's like that song was called America's
Yeah,
whatever.
something.
And like America has problems. And they're like connecting those two. And he's doing that on purpose because this and this. I feel like sometimes people way overshoot what he's doing. He's like just being Kendrick. And he's like probably like the double entendre thing. That's obviously he's
Yeah,
doing that on
yeah.
purpose. But like that, I feel like sometimes people reach with the shit.
Yeah.
But I also did see a crazy thing of like people dissecting one like verse he did on like one of his early shits, and it literally is insane, and it can't be like they're making it up.
Or what about that one on that Pusha T song, Nostalgia?
And
He does some crazy shit, dude. Like,
yeah,
I can't even remember. Like,
there was one
what
that he
does.
did. This might be that same song where he talks about tens and then how tens,
Yeah.
and he's doing the math
I think
while
that's
he's
it.
rapping, and it's like it's literally like each bar goes back to the reference, but also is making a new thing. It's like a tree.
No, he's counting down from 10, and then
Yeah.
the last 3 bars are just a 3-syllable bar, a 2-syllable bar,
That's
and a
fucking
1-syllable bar.
And that's shit you can't know. Like 99% of people that are listening to Kendrick do not understand what
Yeah.
that's going on there until someone goes, I'm going to sit down and dissect every single thing
Yeah.
he's saying.
And that's
Which
why
is nuts. That's why he's
I-
the GOAT, though.
I love watching videos about that shit, even if they're stretching.
What are your thoughts on, kind of on that same subject, like AI in general in music?
I mean, I don't even like. To me, it really, it's like I don't even feel the need to even talk about it because it's so
So stupid.
stupid. Like it's
Yeah.
never gonna be. I mean, we just proved why it could never like take over and
Well,
rap.
That one Drake AI song with The Weeknd did
Never heard of that.
numbers. Yeah, you have. It's
I
all
didn't
over
listen to
TikTok.
it.
I guarantee you've heard it.
No.
Like Selena, the Flex. You've heard it. I guarantee you because it's on every single TikTok ever. If you've never sat down and listened to it, you've heard it on social media somehow. Okay, stubborn.
Nope.
Gosh, no.
AI
you
is
haven't
dumb.
heard
It will never replace humans because music is about feeling and emotion and unique to you authenticity.
Yeah.
AI
Bro, I
has none of
saw-
those.
Timbaland, you know the producer Timbaland,
Yeah, and he made a song with Biggie.
and he's saying how he loves it because he can like bring people back from the dead, and it's like it's not though.
It's not.
It's not at all.
And
it's
it
not at
would
all
never
doing
be
that.
as good as they would be.
Yeah.
Trash.
Because even with the After Dead albums that they did with Biggie, it was still his verses just on a new beat.
Yeah.
Which is, people were like hating on it back then. Now you're gonna do AI. It's just like
AI is
I don't know.
dumb.
Timbaland said a bunch of things before where I'm like, okay, I feel like he knows what he's talking about, but he's just being a douche about certain things. Like he talked so much shit about Logic. He's like, if anybody uses Logic, they're not a real producer. I'm
Oh,
like,
you mean? I thought you meant the rapper.
no, Logic, the software. And I was just sitting there like, I feel like all like big producers go, whatever you used, whatever you like works. Because that's what music is. and he like had such a strong stance. I was like, okay, Jesus, this guy, he's got some like, it's just weird. He's just a weirdo. I feel like because I've seen a lot of things where I'm like, okay, Timbaland, you're saying some weird shit, but who cares? He just makes beats.
Yeah.
And he's also like 55.
Fuck that old ass bitch.
Yeah, he's way too old to make like coherent decisions. After 55, you're pretty much just drunk. Can't make coherent decisions.
What the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, AI's trash. Kendrick snapped. I don't know why I thought of this, but I'll just bring it up.
Yeah.
One thing I like to do, I forget what you said that made me think of this, but I like to like. It's sort of like people dissecting it, but even like someone that's listening to something for the first time, I'm one of those weirdos that watches YouTube videos of people like listening to Metallica for the first time or listening to Mac Miller for the first time. Yeah, the reaction. Because, and especially like there's a few people out there where I can tell, oh, they're doing it because they also just love music.
Yeah.
They're not just reacting or whatever.
No, they just want to hear
So the things they say is cool because like, I'm like, damn. And like seeing someone.
Because that's what you were thinking the first time that you watched that shit or saw that shit.
And it's like validation too. Like, yeah, it is fire.
Yeah, no, that person likes it. Yeah.
This guy reacted to Mac Miller's freestyle on Funk Flex. And like the whole time he was just like, damn!
Yeah.
Like these are bars! And I was like,
let's
go.
They actually are.
Such good bars in that.
Which actually, that's a good
we
segue.
should have a freestyle segment one of these days.
Oh, yeah. Top 5 freestyles? Not today.
Not today. Sorry, guys. Let us know if you like that.
Yeah, but we'll do another top 5 of different things, like how we did on that second podcast where we talk about the top 5 rappers, top 5 blah. We could do it for totally different shit.
Yeah.
Top 5 freestyles, top 5 beats, top 5
guitar solos.
Top 5 beats would be fire, like just all time beats. Like Love Stuff's gonna be up there on me. Shook ones, goated. Okay, we'll do it later. But we will. I think the next podcast, which who recommended to do that on our YouTube? That kid that was a swimmer.
Aiden Muckian.
Aiden Muckian. Thanks for shouts out Aiden. He was like, you guys should do a whole episode on Mac Miller and just go through all of his albums and talk all of his albums. We're gonna fucking do that.
Hell yeah,
Aiden.
And
we're gonna do that shit.
And guess what? We're gonna talk about Larry Fisherman. We're gonna talk about Delusional Thomas
and Larry Lovestein.
And so Aiden.
And his Vine personality. I forgot what the name was.
The vapor guy. Or
the
vape lord.
What is his name? Whatever. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna do a Mac Miller podcast for podcast 5. We're gonna talk about Mac Miller in depth. Okay. So if you don't like Mac Miller, either don't listen or get ready to be fucking mind blown.
Or you know what? If you don't like Mac Miller but you like us, listen to what we have to say and try to get into Mac Miller.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You don't get it. I get it. Just try.
I get it if you don't want to, though. I get it if you
just try. I mean, if you're listening to this, you might as well just try.
You might as well. It could be trash, though.
You might think it's trash, but
I'm just gonna keep saying the opposite of what you're saying. Yeah, we're gonna do a Mac Miller podcast next and just go through all of his albums, just him in general. I know we briefly talked about him in the last podcast, but we're gonna go in depth, as I said, in depth. Last thing we're gonna do here. I read a book over my vacation, which was recently this last week. I read pretty much only horror books and like scary books, so I feel like it's fitting to the films we talk about.
He doesn't really even read that much.
I don't read that much, but I read 2 books recently, so I'm going to talk about those 2 books. Today, I'm going to just talk about this one. It's called Helltown, Untold Story of a Serial Killer on Cape Cod. It happened 6 months before the Charles Manson murders, so it kind of got swept under the rug, but it's honestly like more fucked up and gruesome than those murders, and it's only done by one guy. He does have kind of a cult still, but his name is Tony Costa. I would suggest not looking him up and shit and like figuring out about the stuff before you read the book because it's like a true story, so it goes over actual facts. No, people read this book. You know,
ain't nobody reading that book.
There's gonna be an Amazon show coming soon based off this book.
Told them that because now they're just gonna wait for the show.
Well, yeah, that's what I would have done too. Okay.
Good book, guys.
Good book.
I'm sure there's people out there.
It was a solid read. 500 pages. If you like books, which a lot of our listeners probably won't, but if you like books, read it. It was fun. It goes through the trial too, and I love trial shit. Like I just love when shows, TVs, movies, and now books. Then when they have like a trial that's like it's like dissecting, going through it all, saying like it's just fun. I love that shit. I don't know why, but it's fun, especially with like insane cases like this where you like are like, I don't even know what I would think if I was in the jury. But yeah, good book. I'll be reviewing a different book next week. It's another scary book. That one's fiction, so a little different than this one. But that one was better. I'm gonna give this book. I mean, I'm kind of weird where I like fiction so much more than nonfiction. Weirdly, this was interesting because it was so fucked up that it almost was like fiction. I'm gonna give it a 7.9. It was a really good read. I was all the way there until the end. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get through a 500-page book. That's a lot, I feel like, for me. So I was definitely booking it through it. But once the trial stuff ended, which was around page 400, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I read the last part, but I was like,
So you didn't finish it?
no, I finished it, but I was like, not.
This guy didn't finish the fucking book?
No, I did. I was saying I was kind of done with the story.
I'm
I
just
was
fucking with you.
I was like, ugh, fine, let's just get through this last
Yeah.
little bit. Where it's just talking about the writers. There was 2 different like, what's it called? Viewpoints. There was 3 different viewpoints. It was 2 journalists and then the serial killer. And I only really gave a fuck about the viewpoint of the serial killer. That was the only part where I was like, oh, this is interesting. The other 2 viewpoints, I was like, okay, they're just doing this because, you know, it was at the time and it's like real, so they're talking about it. But I feel like it's gonna be good for a show. Like in a show, you would like to see the different viewpoints. But yeah, I'll review another book next week. We just watched a movie,
The Rental.
The Rental.
It was
It was
aight.
aight. A lot of eyes.
A lot of eyes.
This
Is
time.
how I describe it. It was like trash for like 45 minutes. Maybe not, but. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, wait, this is sort of good.
Yeah, well, it turned from just a drama to there actually being murders.
There was so much useless
drama.
and so much stuff that like didn't have to be in the movie.
No,
like
not
the
at all.
leading up.
That was the like, ooh, this guy's cheating on it. Like
Yeah.
the cheating shit. All that shit did not matter
But
because they.
but I mean, it did matter. Like that was part of the thing. What made shit crazier later, but
yeah.
they just didn't need to go into it that much.
Well, it also just didn't matter because not spoiling the end, but a lot of death happens. Or then it doesn't matter because it's like
Yeah, but it mattered to them right until they
it mattered
died.
to them until they died. I guess, yeah. Oh well.
But,
What do you
I mean,
rate it?
some
What do you
of that
rate
stuff
it?
couldn't happen if it. 6.9.
That's yeah. I'll probably go 6.7. A little bit lower.
You can pick the same one as me if you want.
I'm not going to
You can
because
if
I
you
don't
want.
fucking agree.
You probably did agree.
Oh shit, 6.9. He said 6.9.
No, but yeah, 6.9, 6.7. I think that was good.
Around there.
I
mean,
if you like scary movies and
but you don't want to be terrified
and
because it wasn't that scary.
well, if you like scary movies, you're looking for something to watch. You won't be disappointed you watched it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it. But it like there was shit where I was like, okay, that was cool, and
Yeah.
reluctantly, fine,
The cell
that
phone
was
thing.
cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, and it has Lip Gallagher from fucking
From Shameless.
and Allison Brie,
Yeah. Oh, and Allison Brie. Yeah, you're right. From Community.
and well, yeah, she's in like in
What's
a
her
bunch
name?
of shit.
Yeah. She is a bunch of shit. But yeah, that's it for the podcast today. Like, comment what your opinions are on the Dirk album, on anything that we said during this podcast. We'll react to it. Do it on the next podcast. That's what we do. But the next podcast is going to be a Mac Miller podcast mainly. We're going to be going through his albums, his off like alter ego albums and his other aliases, and he's just such an awesome dude. We got to go a deep dive onto it.
It might have to be a 2-parter.
It might have to be a 2-parter. It might. We'll see. We'll let you guys know. But thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.